Kuumba Lynx Production Ensemble produces original edutainment, education, and entertainment. These established and emerging artists combine their love of hip-hop and dedication to social justice with urban narratives that explore culture, spirituality, social responsibility, and cross-cultural understandings.
Hi, my name is Sultan the Giant. My stage name is Sultan the Giant. I go to St. Ignatius College Prep, and my social media is Sultan the Giant 2.
So that's his Insta. Be sure to follow him on that. So, real quick, let's get a little bit of background of how you got involved in music in the first place.
Okay, I've always been singing since I was a kid, and that all started from watching High School Musical. So what I used to do was I used to try to mimic the voices of the people. I was really good at copying people's voices, and that's kind of what I did for a while. Then I started, because it's a musical, so I started singing more and more. And then I was in part of choirs, my school choir when I was in middle school. And then I got to high school, was a part of that choir too. And then eventually started doing musicals. So I started doing theater, and I'm still doing that now. Probably might end up going to college for it, but yeah, that's kind of how I started singing. And then being an artist, it started when my friend, he went to the studio, he recorded this one song, and I was like, oh my God, man, that's dope. He was like, he gave me a beat, and I was just like, I'm gonna try my best. And I dropped it on SoundCloud, and I liked what happened, and people liked it, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep going with it. And I'm still here 1 year later, still doing it.
So how did you find out about Kuumba Lynx and getting involved with our program?
I heard about Kuumba Lynx from Rhythm and Flow, and I had known for a while that they were pretty relevant. And the thing is that I didn't sign up because I thought they were because most of the music scene within Chicago is in the South Side. So I was thinking to myself, realistically, I live up here. I live Lakeview, Boys Town. There's no way I'm gonna be able to make it to meetings, this, that. So it's just unimaginable. And then one day I watched them in Florida. So you know what? I'm gonna just check where they at right quick. And I was like, oh my God, they're in Uptown. They're 5 minutes away. That's crazy. And I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna sign up. It's the summer. Corona happened. I might as well sign up. Let's see what I can do. Just improve the craft. Just get better at it every year. You know what I mean?
Definitely. We're really glad you joined us. And I know you had some scheduling conflicts, and we weren't always able to link online directly, but I noticed that you definitely took a full advantage of the tutorials, and your end results are really amazing. So I can't wait to share that, but I do have one more question, just to kind of tie it more into the social reality that we're dealing with. How did COVID-19 affect your creative process?
Creatively, I stayed up. Okay, this is okay. Creatively, I guess it gave me more of a drive, because school wasn't that big of a deal for me, because when I was in school, I was good at school. When I was outside of school, because during school I had so many after school activities, so it was hard, but I was still good at it. But then outside of school, I had no after school activities, so it became 4 times easier. So I had so much time to just get everything done. And then the next thing I wanted to do was just do music. Because that was that was the type of that was my mindset, just stay focused on one thing. Because you can't chase two rabbits, you're two chickens, not gonna catch either. So stay focused on one thing. And if you really love that thing, you're still gonna be focused on it regardless. So I'd be doing music, mixing. I was trying to learn to mix. It was one of the hardest. I still find mixing kind of hard today, but learning how to mix from my friends who are producers and things like that, staying up to maybe sort of 2-3 a.m. and then waking up the next day to go to school again. I think that was the hardest part. Writing wise, I was still writing. I think writing got a lot easier because Writing got harder because there was less of a life to experience, and I write off of what happens in life, what happens in other people's lives. Writing got easier because I had more space to think, more time to think. I think that's what I'd say.
I can actually relate too. Mixing vocals is particularly challenging for the vocalist. I find that having someone else that you can entrust who can treat your voice objectively is very helpful in that regard. Another question, how do you feel about the present state of affairs with the whole defund the police and having police present at high school? Do they have a big present at St. Ignatius?
What I'd say is like, I'm gonna go back to school, start school August 19th. And what I tell like, August 19th, I'm gonna get to school, it's about to be a battlefield. People gotta have different opinions about everything. And when all this began, when George Floyd died and everything, I was doing live streams to talk about it because it seemed like everyone was trying to avoid it or being very polarizing about it. And I was trying to take a very neutral stance talking about it. And I was talking about it. But then it got to a point where everyone was being so polarizing that, I just I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. Because one, I'm not a politician, I'm an artist. I can talk well, but I'm not a politician at the end of the day. When it comes to defund the police, I feel like I understand where they're going at, but I feel like there really are two options here. No, actually, three options. Either defund the police and maybe reallocate them to schools and activities to keep people out of the streets so you can reduce the crime rate. That way you're essentially lowering the presence of police in the areas. Two, you increase the funding of the police so they can train the policemen better. That way they don't have just 480 hours of training. My barber gets more training than that. That's just ridiculous. And then there's three, the police have to engage with the community. There needs to be some sort of community outreach with the police and the community as well. Because at this point, it's just getting ridiculous. And then there's people but if they kill a gangbanger, no one's gonna be mad at you if someone is killing a known gangbanger. The chances of that happening, no one wants to die. It's just ridiculous to the point I'm just no, we all have to think, sit down, maybe not come up with all these catchphrases and everything, think for a viable solution. And unfortunately, no one in office is really helping that problem. I think Mayor Lightfoot may be trying, but I have some criticisms on what she's doing. But again, I'm not a politician, I'm just an artist. It's just my opinions on what's going on. I don't think much has happened to help Black people, especially people of color generally, in a while. And it's all talk, this, that. But no action is really being taken because I think the whole movement itself, it needed to happen in 2020, and I'm happy it happened. But there's something that keeps on staying in my brain. If we didn't have the coronavirus, if we were forced to stay at home, not enjoy summer, would we still be talking about this? That's the problem. This just needs to be talked about. People just need to understand this is going on in our society and acknowledge it.
Before we play your beat, I was gonna say maybe we should set it up so that you can sing along with your beat. Would that be cool?
I'm down.
Awesome.
Ooh, I'm not the one. You in the wrong place. There ain't no sun. It's snowing today. You want the beach, but it's not me. Tired of Chicago, you want a boy from the Bay. Do what you want, do your own thing. Tired of Chicago, you want a boy from the Bay. I will never be those LA boys you see on the TV. I will never be those LA boys you see on the big screen. So you gotta settle with me. 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 I'm not the one for you. You're too perfect, I'm not a perfect LA dude. Baby, I was in love with you. It was one-sided and you treated me just like a fool. When we kissed, it wasn't true. Your eyes are wide open and thinking about them LA dudes. You hate my drive for music too. I should give up, you'll never be famous, dude. You're missing the beat, LA what it sings. And leaving the beat, LA won't get you anything. You're leaving the beat, LA what it seems. You're leaving the beat, and it won't get you anything, anything.
My Instagram is Sultan the Giant too. SULTAN the THEGIANT 2. All in one, no spaces, all in one word. And for the rest of my social media, my stage name on all platforms is just Sultan the Giant. That's it. Thank you.